Hey everybody, what you see here is a Kmart made by Lakewood K-223 box fan, 20-inch box fan, from, I want to say, probably the late 70s, early 80s. I'm not entirely sure. I believe this is a slightly later one simply because it has the rounded cabinet. I believe there were ones that had the squared S-style cabinet with the squared corners, but this one has the rounded cabinet, which is what most of them have. This is got the first gen blade style, so it is slightly older. Um, doesn't have the second gen blade, but yeah. Now this one I got from a woman whose father passed away back in November, and he was a mechanic, and he used these in his shop. He used them very often, evidently, because it was completely filthy. I got this one along with another fan. That's why I'm saying these fans. And I'll make a video of that other fan shortly, hopefully. But this one was not as dirty as the other one, but this one was obviously he'd gotten this one later, so he hadn't used this one for as long as he had used the other one. But anyway, um, this one was very dirty when I got it though, so I did have to clean it pretty thoroughly. The grills were a mess. They still are a mess, but they are a lot better than they were. The cabinet is pretty clean now. The blades are perfect now. They were awful before. And then everything else is pretty much it's pretty good. Unfortunately, the cabinet has been painted this sort of bluish gray color. Originally, it would have been a sort of a sky blue color. Um, it's there's parts of the paint that are chipping off, like right here on the side. You can see the blue underneath of it there. So I'm not sure if I want to repaint this one, leave it as it is, or maybe try and strip down this outer layer of house paint. Although I don't think I'd be able to save the layer of paint underneath of it, because there are parts of it that are chipping off on like the bottom and the inside. So who knows? This might be a repaint project. But thankfully, whoever painted it did uh, not cover the label with paint. They taped around the label, so that was saved. So you can still see the Kmart logo there, the old one. Low, medium, high, off. Handle is still present, which is remarkable considering this was used in a mechanic shop. Uh, so, yeah. Now the front grille has a few broken slats on the bottom there. There's a lot of paint overspray from, I guess, whenever this was painted. Like drippings down onto the top of the top surface of the louver, or the slats there. But the back, there's a little bit more damage. There's some breakage up top here and mostly at the bottom there. But again, that's the back grill, so I'm not very concerned about that. Oh, it also is like broken entirely on this side and like snapped in half almost. So, but a miracle again that the screws are all still there on both sides. So, yeah, I don't think he ever serviced it or anything. So I did oil it and everything when I took it apart. And it is in fairly good working condition. So, as I mentioned, this one has the first gen style blade. And you can tell the difference between the first and the second gen because the first gen is very triangular, has these very triangular pointed fins. The second gen blade, which I have my second gen Lakewood P223 here, which has almost very rounded blades. Not as rounded as the third gen. Those are almost S-shaped. Those are very exaggerated. But these are almost like the Lasco D blade. These are more triangular, almost like V's. So that's how you can tell the difference. Oh, and the opening, the center portion there on the first gen is open, whereas on the second gen and third gen it is not. So that's how you can tell the difference. Just thought that was interesting. This one has, I'm not sure what kind of motor these used. I think they are McMillan. Yeah, I'm pretty sure those are McMillan motors, because this one has the exact same motor. And this one, the motor on this one is labeled Lakewood, but I think these were McMillan. The plug is a little bit different. On this one, it's got this sort of 90s style molded plug, and on this one, it's got a much older style plug. Again, which is why I think this one is a bit older. So, yeah, I guess now we will go ahead and turn the fan on. So I'm going to start it up on high, and it has a really cool startup sound, so hopefully you can hear that. So it runs really nicely, blows a lot of air. Down to medium. And low. Rattling. That's a back grill. Alright, let's spin down from low. That's a very good spin down time. Still got really good bearings. So now I'm going to hopefully capture the startup sound on camera here. I'm going to go around to the back by the motor and turn it on high. Alright, and now I guess I'll do spin down from high. Okay, that's pretty good. And the last thing that I forgot to show was the bottom of the cabinet here, where they did not paint. As you can see, it still has the original blue. It's in kind of rough shape, but again, it's the bottom of it, so it's not going to be in the best of shape. As it again is, it was used in a mechanic shop. There's some grease or something on the bottom here that I need to clean off. Did not see that before. But I do not see any like identification informations tag or anything. Maybe it was there where that mark is. I don't know, but it might have been inside and painted over. But I think that just about does it for this video. So that is the Kmart K-223 20-inch box fan made by Lakewood. So thank you guys so much for watching, as always, and I will see you in the next video.